You're listening to an Airwave Media Podcast.
We took it all. We brought them to our land. An endless night, ember hot and icy cold. The rage of the earth. We made this curse. Carved it in the blood on our backs. We did not see. We could not, but she did. And in the end...
What will I become?
Senua's Saga. Hellblade 2.
Play it now with Game Pass.
Hello, everybody. Before we get to your podcast episode, a quick announcement from the hosts of Quiz Bang Bang, Triviality, Trivia Time Podcast, and TV Trivia Pod. I'm Brian, host of TV Trivia Pod.
I'm Annie.
I'm David from Quiz Bang Bang.
I'm Kelly, host of Trivia Time Podcast with our quizmaster, Ricky Lime.
Hi there.
And I'm Neal from Triviality.
Our podcast will be coming together, along with many others, for a 24-hour trivia extravaganza fundraiser to raise money for the UNICEF vaccine rollout.
Starting on Friday, May 21st at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And it's going to be on Twitch, which you can join for free. And it's twitch.tv/quizbangpod. 100% of the donations will be going to UNICEF.
Woohoo!
Come join us for a fun-filled extravaganza and win prizes like tickets to a virtual Sporkle game or Sporkle trivia hunt, and the chance to be crowned the winning team, who will get to perform on one of these podcasts along with getting some cool swag.
More information can be found at quizbangpod.com/UNICEF, our Facebook pages, as well as in the show notes.
We will see you all then. And now, back to the show.
Oh, wow. That's gold.
So good.
Wow.
That's how you do it.
So
I'd go to that event.
Recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neal, and Jeff. This is Triviality.
Hello and welcome to Triviality, the game where a lack of seriousness meets a little bit of knowledge. My name is Neal. I'm here in the studio with Jeff and Ken. How are you both?
Hello, Neal. Tidings.
Yeah, tidings. That's very old-fashioned.
Very fancy.
Good tidings to all, right? And may you have a good night, whatever the lyric is.
Hopefully. We are doing a night recording, so.
It is a night recording. It is Christmas Eve. Santa
After
is...
dark.
No, it's actually after dark. Yeah, it is not Christmas, but it's spring Christmas.
Speaking of after dark is like 7, 8 o'clock now, which is very nice.
I like that better. I don't like it when it gets dark early.
Yeah. It's depressing.
It is, because then you're just, my day's over. I did not accomplish anything I wanted.
Didn't do anything.
Can we agree, though, that this should be the last ever daylight savings time?
Yes.
That's it. Let's stop it here. No more nonsense.
Leave it on daylight savings time,
Yes.
though, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Jeff has decreed, so it will become true.
I wish. I don't want much, Neal, but I want daylight savings time to be over.
What do you think about that, Matt?
Well,
Matt
isn't here. Speaking of daylight savings time, Matt is actually at a 30 Days of Night convention honoring the film and his love of Josh Hartnett. But
all two of the attendees must be thrilled.
I was going to say there isn't any attendees because it's closed, but he's there. He's doing a classic Josh Hartnett hairstyle, and he's got some vampire fangs in. So hopefully he's okay. Yeah.
I hope so.
And all the blood there is vegan. So.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Just corn syrup.
Exactly. Well, we have some very special guests with us today that we're excited to introduce. And we'll start first with two people that were neighbors of ours up until a little while ago. And we've been excited to have them on. Matt and myself had the pleasure of joining them on their show, which is one of the best trivia podcasts and podcasts in general on the air, which is Quiz Bang Bang. And that is Annie and David. How are you both?
Hey, we're good.
Good. Very flattered,
Yeah,
especially coming from you guys.
Oh, well, thank you. I told David, I think previously, I think your round structure might be my favorite of any trivia podcast, ours included. So I think how you came up with that was super cool. And if you haven't heard their podcast before, please check it out immediately.
Thank you.
Thank you, yeah.
Appreciate of course. And for anyone who doesn't know who you are and what you do, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure thing. We're the pub quiz practice show that hits you pow right in the quizzer. And we do just general questions and answers for 3 weeks of the month. Annie and I will ask and then answer them for you guys who want to practice some pub trivia knowledge and test yourself. And then once a month we do a group episode, much like we're doing now, much like you guys do, and play in our format, have a lot of fun, have a lot of guests on, and then every now and then we'll do bonus episodes, which will be themed. So we've done Harry Potter, we've done Stranger Things, Game of Thrones, stuff like that. And then every now and then we'll have an expert on to do another bonus all about something they know about. So who all have we had on?
We've had the archivist from the Chicago Symphony Orchestra on. We have had a couple of brewers from Goose Island Brewery on. And coming up, we have the fastest man in Illinois doing an episode about running.
I thought I was the fastest man in Illinois, but for a different reason.
Well, we haven't said what he's the fastest at, so we might have a competition between you guys.
It'll be a very short episode.
It's getting weird.
Yeah,
Great. But yeah, we've also had people like Adel Rafai from Hello from the Magic Tavern on.
We've had the screenwriters from The Ozark in Nashville on. You guys love wrestling. We've had wrestler Colt Cabana on. So we just have really great guests. They may not be great at trivia, but they're great at being fun, and we love them. And we like your guys' motto of lack of serious meets a little bit of knowledge. We embrace that.
Yeah, we definitely embrace the little bit of knowledge. That's for sure.
Well, thank you very much for joining us. We're excited to have you on today. You both are going to be playing against me and Ken, and we'll get some team names here in a minute. But we have to introduce our host because we can't have a game without a host. And he's coming to us from Seattle. He's on because we wanted him on, but also because we want to see if he has any influence with Russell Wilson to get him to the Bears. But we'll talk about that later. Coming to us from Seattle, Savage Superstar on Patreon, Ethan Metzger. How's it going, Ethan?
Hey, I'm doing well. What's going on, everybody?
Great to have you here. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so I currently living in Seattle, Washington. Around the year, I do a few different things during the school year, work primarily in outdoor education, so teaching kids about the nature and outdoors and the environment. And then, in my winters, work in the ski industry, and then spend my summers guiding backpacking trips with middle school and high school students.
That's awesome. As someone who is not handy, would probably die in the wilderness.
Don't you hate nature?
I hate nature. Well, I appreciate nature.
You just don't want to be in it.
I personally hate it, but I appreciate it.
Minus 10 points to Neal. Start now.
Neal just wants to see nature through a piece of glass.
That is true. I enjoy it if it's through a camera lens, but of my own eyes, I'm usually knee-deep in some sort of salt creek.
I meant like a hotel window.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, Ethan, hopefully I can... get your services at some point, and you can help me appreciate nature one day.
There we go. Anytime.
Awesome. Well, Ken, you and I are going to team up. So what should we have our team name be?
I think in honor of our guests today, we're going to be Team Triv, Lame.
Okay. All right. Triv, Lame. And David and Annie, are you okay being Team Quiz, Bang, Bang? Or if you want something else, feel free to pick it.
No, we want something else. Well, we're going to honor the 90th birthday of William Shatner today, and we are going to be Kirkish Delight.
Did you say 90th?
Yes, he turned 90
Are you kidding
today.
me?
No, you didn't know he was that old?
Oh my God.
He's super old.
He's so active on Twitter, but he's a 90-year-old Twitter actor. He's always on there. It's great. Yeah.
So is Betty White, but I got kicked off her private feed, so.
Her OnlyFans?
Yeah.
Betty White OnlyFans?
Got not Betty White listed?
Yeah, right. Well, we're super excited, but before we can throw it to Ethan to host the game, we got to hear the rules of the game. So, Ethan, you are our host today. What rules read would you like? The classic Gilbert Gottfried or
Chris
miscellaneous?
Hansen or the Dutch?
Or the Dutch one.
Let's kick it old school. Let's go with the classic.
All right, Darren, take it away.
The rules of the game are simple. 20 questions split into 2 rounds worth 10 points apiece. At halftime, there'll be a special swing round designed by this week's host. After regulation, players will enter the final round with the points that they've accumulated and will have a chance to wager 0 to 30 points on 5 categorized questions. At the end of the game, someone will be named the cream of the crop.
I am the cream.
Yeah, you always appreciate a classic, just like the mountains that
It's
Ethan...
like the Casablanca of rules reading.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's looking at you, Darren.
All right, here's looking at you, Darren, and go ahead, Ethan, take it away.
All right. So question number 1, Category, that's a lot of cars. As of January 2021, Toyota is the world's leading car manufacturer, holding almost 12% of market sales. Which manufacturer is the second most popular globally?
I don't know if any of those strike your fancy.
I thought the first one.
The first one? Okay. We will lock in over here at Triv Lame Lame.
I kind of like Volkswagen.
Okay. You think those?
There's also BMW, Mercedes. I don't know if they're making a lot, though. Volkswagen has quite a few, doesn't it? Volvo could be.
Yeah. I don't know much about.
Why don't we go with Volkswagen?
Okay.
All right, we're going to go with Volkswagen.
Okay. We are sticking with the car that I have, a nice, dependable, and inexpensive Hyundai.
Right. Well, the question category was Das a lot of cars because the answer is Volkswagen.
Oh, I picked up on that.
I didn't hear it.
I didn't. No, I didn't.
Yeah, and the Beetle is actually the second most popular model of all time and was the first car to reach over 20 million sold.
Nice.
Wow, I did not even hear that category name. It probably would have helped us.
Well done, Ethan.
All right, question number 2 in the category of geography. In 2018, the country of Eswatini was officially named Eswatini. What was this landlocked African country formerly known as?
I think we can lock in.
Okay, I trust you.
We had this the other day, right?
I don't even
We were talking
remember.
about this, right?
I think so.
Yesterday.
Was it yesterday?
Yeah.
Maybe. I see. My memory is already gone from that. But if you feel good about it, I trust you.
I think I know.
Okay, we'll lock in.
What's the Animaniacs song? Chad in Nigeria, Chad in Liberia, Nigeria, Haiti, Jamaican, Peru. Nope, that's wrong continent now. Let's go with. Should we go with South Sudan?
I think we should go with South Sudan, and if they are still South Sudan, we should write them a letter.
Yeah, and tell them everybody else is changing their name. They can too. All right, we're going to go with South Sudan.
I think there was a little shakeup with South Sudan as we discussed recently, but I believe they just kept the SWA, and it used to be Swaziland.
That is correct. The answer is Swaziland. So yeah, Eswatini changed its name to Swaziland to help avoid confusion with Switzerland.
I think.
Oh, and also Patrick Swayze's theme park, Swaziland.
I think the name is named after one of their kings, Mswati. So
it's not named after Patrick Swayzeland.
It is not named after Swaziland.
Where you grab the pottery wheel and then it's spinning pottery wheels.
And then
it's like the teacups.
Yeah, and then it takes your picture and then you bring it home and it's you with like it's
And
Patrick
Patrick
Swayze
Swayze behind you, yeah.
yeah. It's a sellable idea.
Creepy.
All right, moving on to question 3. The category is grappling for gold. The Soviet Union holds the record for most gold medals in Olympic wrestling with 62. Which country holds the record for most overall medals in wrestling?
Okay, guys, we are locked in.
So I was thinking maybe Greece because they like to wrestle a lot. Yeah. Lithuania, just because it's usually Lithuania. If you can't think of anything else,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the European countries really go full tilt.
Yeah.
They go full Nelson on their wrestling.
Well, I like Greece because, I mean, that's the heart of wrestling, isn't it?
That's the heart. Yeah, that's where it came from.
That's where it came from. That's where it should
Zanud.
remain.
Yeah, well, that's actually a good call. Maybe they're not the top because they don't get oiled up and nude to wrestle. In this.
They keep getting disqualified. They're like, we've told you every 4 years.
Every time. That's the after
See, I think
dark
it's the other way. I
Olympics.
think they force a lot of forfeits because nobody wants to wrestle in the nude, so they automatically win.
Well, let's go with Greece. We'll go the classic style.
And we just couldn't reason this one out, so we stuck with the USA.
All right. Well, the answer is the United States. So the United States has 133 overall medals in wrestling. So that's freestyle, Greco-Roman, and women's wrestling.
See, it's even in the name.
On the right track. Yeah. Sweden, Finland, Japan, Bulgaria, Turkey, Russia, Turkey, and Russia, excuse me. are all, on the top 10.
I'm glad your reasoning was United States because my alma mater, University of Iowa, they're a great wrestling school. They just won the national championship this year, and I should have used that as a clue.
Congratulations to you personally, Neil.
I was part of the team. I was not a wrestler, but I was the oiler.
You were the oiler.
He got naked and oiled up for every match.
At home.
I got them so pumped up over Zoom by being oiled up and naked that they said, well, I just have to fight someone.
After seeing that.
Yeah, right.
All right. Question number 4 in body parts. I want to know, in what body part would you find the chemical rhodopsin?
All right, we are locked in. So what are you guys thinking?
I actually don't have anything better.
Well, I'm fine with going with it.
All right. We're going to say nose.
Okay, and we are going to say the kidneys, just because we know some cleansing goes on in the kidneys.
Right, where you were close with the nose, you got to go up just a little bit more. Rhodopsin is found in your eyeballs, and it is a chemical that helps activate your vision in low light conditions or the dark.
Okay. I was kind of thinking that, but I couldn't put it together all the way.
Yeah, I didn't even see that as a direction for us, but that's a really interesting fact.
All right, so moving on to question 5. This is going to be a listener-submitted lyrics question from my girlfriend, Laura, who is an avid listener of the show as well. So I want you to name the song and the artist. She says it's cold outside, and she hands me my raincoat. She's always worried about things like that.
We're locked in.
So this is a song I know.
Me too.
Baby, it's cold outside, hand me a raincoat. It's like one of those warbly voices, guys.
Oh,
from the
like
90s.
Pearl Jam?
It's not Pearl Jam. It's like
no, because it's words.
Is it? It's like.
What are you talking about?
I can't separate bands of that
Soundgarden.
era. No. It's not grunge.
Oh, okay.
It's like inoffensive '90s pop.
Okay.
So do you know that song at all?
I don't know the song.
I think it's called 3 a.m.
Oh, that's Rob Thomas.
Because that's in the chorus.
Yeah, that's Matchbox 20.
Okay, so we're gonna say 3 a.m. by Matchbox 20.
We also said 3 a.m. Matchbox 20.
Well, Rob Thomas would be proud of that impersonation. The answer is 3 a.m. by Matchbox 20.
Thank you.
Wow. And you said it was Laura? Yeah, tell her we said hello and thank you for the question. That's awesome.
Hello.
Yeah, that's an excellent question.
It's excellent because we got it right.
All right, after 5 questions, we have a score of 30 for Triv Lame. And for, what was the Kirk tie-in over there?
Kirkish Delight.
Kirkish Delight has a score of 20, so anybody's game still.
All right, question 6 is in the category of weather. Snow occurs when precipitation falls through air that remains below 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Freezing rain occurs when precipitation falls through warmer air, melts, and then refreezes onto cold surfaces. What kind of precipitation occurs when freezing precipitation warms through a shallow layer of warm air and then refreezes before hitting a surface?
So is this something as simple as like sleet? Or is it like blank precipitation?
I am at such a loss. The only thing I was thinking of was Michael Douglas in Black Rain, which is not the answer.
No, it's not. It's never the answer.
It's never exactly.
Are you sure?
All right. Well, we will
It's
say
always the answer.
we will say sleet.
We also said sleet.
Well, there were a lot of words in that question, and the answer was simple. It was sleet.
Oh, wow. Nice job,
The
Ken.
answer was sleet, but my heart said Michael Douglas.
Black Rain.
Oh, sleet.
No.
Now
That's the
a-
exact thought I had when I was writing that question.
Shame on you both.
There's your offensive 2000 song.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
Moving on to question 7 in the category of literature. Like many of their contemporary female writers, the Bronte sisters often published under male pseudonyms. I want to know which Bronte sister is the oldest.
I have no idea. So do you just want to say Charlotte? Is Charlotte one of them? Emily is one of them.
Emily for sure.
All right, let's say Emily.
Okay.
Just because we know that's a Bronte sister and we don't know their ages, right?
No, I don't.
All right, we're just going to pick Emily.
All right.
Yeah, it's Anne, Charlotte, and Emily. I want to say Anne's the youngest.
You think Anne's the youngest?
I don't know why I think that, but somewhere in my head it says that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's Charlotte or Emily, so I wanted to say Emily, and then they said Emily, but we can still say Emily.
Yeah, I'm fine with Emily. Charlotte sounds like a middle name.
Right?
I mean,
it sounds like a middle child.
Name. Yeah.
Yeah, she sounds like she has a complex.
Yeah.
I can say that as a middle child.
We're going to go with Emily as well.
Right, and the answer is Charlotte Bronte.
Damn you, Charlotte!
Had a 1 in 3 chance. You chose wrong.
Some Bronte.
At least we were wrong together.
Yeah.
Question number 8 in the category of card games. Which card game includes a kitty, farmer hands, loners, and bowers?
We can lock in over here.
I would think along the line of
like hearts or solitaire,
bridge or
spiders.
I don't know. I've never played spiders. Sounds great though.
What's the one where you put go around it's a card game.
Spider solitaire, right? Spider solitaire is a version of solitaire.
Yeah, so
but just straight up
redundant.
spiders sounds pretty
sounds
terrifying. Let's see. Farmer hands.
Danielle Steele just won the Spiel de Yaris for farmer hands.
Nice. All right. You want to just go with bridge? I can't think of anything. Euchre. I've played a lot of that, and I mean, there is a kitty. I think. I'd go with either bridge or euchre. Annie, what do you think?
Well, you've played euchre a lot, so I feel like you'd know it if it was
Yeah,
euchre,
but
so
I've played Kentucky euchre, so like we're just like deal them cards and get them jacks. Like that's basically all that is.
So do you think it's the Englishman's euchre? Is that what we're going
it could
with?
be. Yeah, it could be English rules euchre.
Yeah, let's go with that then.
All right, we're gonna go with euchre.
My heart went aflutter as I looked at his calloused farmer hands, dealing me my first hand of
euchre.
Ooh.
Get out.
The answer is euchre.
Oh,
Nice
Kentucky rules euchre. Out the door.
I was thinking about a way to remember euchre, and you just remember that Jack Bauer works at CT Euchre.
Well, there you go.
There you go. And also, I enjoy the sequel to The Farmer's Hands much more, Rollin' the Hay.
Either way, the tagline for both board games is "Some like it rough."
Leave the barn door open.
Question number 9 in the category famous families. Also serving as Mariah Carey's godmother, which soul star is the godmother of Nick Cannon and Mariah Carey's children? Now, isn't that just sweet?
We can lock in.
Ooh, you can lock in. All right, so Dionne Warwick, who is very popular on Twitter right now, is Whitney Houston's godmother.
Okay.
Isn't that just sweet, though? That's the clue.
I don't know that. I assume that's a song, which I don't know.
All right, well, I know Dionne Warwick is wrong, but let's just go with it.
Annie knew this one.
Well, let's see if we get it right. But we watched The Masked Singer for a little while, and I think she was the ladybug on The Masked Singer.
Yeah. Ladybug or bee, some kind of insect.
Yeah, and she got eliminated, and everyone got angry because she should have won the whole thing.
Yeah.
And anyway, we think it's Gladys Knight. Yeah.
The answer I was looking for was a contestant on The Masked Singer, but it is not Gladys Knight.
Oh, no.
It is Patti LaBelle.
Oh,
Patti
no.
LaBelle was the other one. Yeah.
Eee.
So Patti LaBelle was the flower on season 2 of The Masked Singer. And the clue there, Patti LaBelle has a line of pies, sweet potato pies.
Oh.
I guess we've just watched too much Masked Singer.
We're all masked singers now.
True.
All right, and question number 10, the category is Sonicsgate. Seattle Supersonics were sold in 2006 to Clay Bennett, eventually were wrongly moved to Oklahoma City. What businessman and former CEO of a national coffee chain made this peanut-brained move?
We can lock in over here.
Well, Seattle Coffee is Starbucks. I mean, that's the big one
Right.
out of Seattle.
Do you remember the CEO's name?
Well, I think it's Mr. Peanut Brain. Let's see.
That's his father, isn't it?
What's his name?
Tim Coffee.
Mr. Bucks.
You don't think it would be Pete, do you? The guy that does Pete's Coffee?
Oh, and he's just all over the place.
I don't know, man.
His name is Pete Peterson.
Yeah. I'm sure I've heard. Is it like McMillan or something? All right, we'll take a stab here with McMillan.
All right, McMillan. This person I remember having video messages from, not to me personally, but ones I had to watch during training a long time ago, and I believe it is Howard Schultz.
The answer is Howard Schultz.
Failed.
See, I knew that when someone said it, I'd go, yep, that's it.
So if any of you are interested in the scandal behind the Sonics being relocated to Oklahoma City, you can find the Sonicsgate documentary on YouTube. There's some super shady stuff that went down. Give it a watch and bring back our Sonics.
Wow, yeah, they needed Gary Payton on their side as the glove to block any scandals.
That's right, and Sean Kemp to throw it down as the Rain Man.
There you go.
On the bright side, you're getting back the Kraken, though.
That's true.
Lifelong fan.
Well, Jeff, it's been 10 questions. First round is over. How are we looking at the scores? Because I feel pretty good, but I think the score might tell a different story.
Well, Neal, I'm going to say that you look as good as you feel because your team added 30, bringing the scores for Triv Lame Lame all the way up to 60 points. That leaves Kirkish Delight with 40.
All right, Ethan, we are excited for your swing round. What do you have in store for us today?
Yeah, so today's swing round is going to be all about marine invertebrates. So like I said earlier in the show, I work in outdoor education most of the year, and teaching children about the beach and the marine life is one thing that I'm super passionate about. So what we're gonna do is I'm going to list 10 different marine invertebrates. So marine invertebrates being a sea creature of some sort without a backbone. And then I'm going to give you the 4 different phylums, so like classifications of marine invertebrates. And I want you to determine if they are a mollusk, a cnidarian, arthropod, or an echinoderm. And I can give you definitions of all 4 of those if you would like.
Yes, please.
So an echinoderm is known for a certain type of skin or feature and has radial symmetry, however you would like to define that. A mollusk has a soft, unsegmented body, usually in a shell. An arthropod has an exoskeleton and jointed appendages, and cnidarians have special cells known as nematocysts.
I think I had a nematocyst removed recently.
You saw Dr. Pimple Popper?
I did, yeah.
So the first one is jellyfish. Second one is octopus. Number 3 is coral. Number 4 is plankton. Number 5 is a sea urchin. 6 is gooey ducks. Number 7 is sand dollars. Number 8 is a barnacle. Number 9 is a nudibranch. And number 10 is a sea cucumber.
Okay, we'll be considering these bizarre animals, and we'll be right back.
We took it all. We brought them to our land. An endless night, ember hot and icy cold. The rage of the earth. We made this curse. Carved it in the blood on our backs. We did not see. We could not, but she did. And in the end,
What will I become? Senwa Saga. Hellblade 2.
Play it now with Game Pass.
Yeah, so I told him I needed to get that checked, but I'm uncomfortable removing my pants in front of... Oh, are we on?
Yeah, we're actually recording.
Oh, okay. Welcome back to the show, guys. We have our answers for the swing round, and let's get those interesting creatures one more time, and we'll see how badly we did.
All right. So number 1 was jellyfish.
For this one, we said, and for many of them, we said echinoderm.
And we said that one was a Cnidarian.
So jellyfish is a Cnidarian. So Cnidarians, the special cells called nematocysts, those are stinging cells.
Oof.
Number 2 was octopus.
Pretty sure the octopus is one of the weirder mollusks.
That's possible. I know we talked about it. I thought it was encephalopod, but maybe that's just squids. But I went with Ken. Yeah.
I had the same logic with this one, that they propel themselves by air, so I went with Cnidarian again.
An octopus is indeed a mollusk.
Nice.
Damn.
Nicely done, guys.
That's one of like 2 that I feel confident on.
Number 3 was coral.
I believe this is what Rick calls his son on The Walking Dead, right?
Coral, stay back.
Yeah, we went Cnidarian.
We went with arthropod for that one.
Coral are Cnidarians.
And just for the record, just to show where my head's at right now, on my question side I wrote coral, and on my answer side I wrote coral.
Number 4 was plankton.
This one, we were very short on arthropods, so this one we said arthropod.
Kind of the same thing for us. We went with arthropod because we didn't have very many.
The answer is arthropod.
Yeah.
Number 5 is sea urchin.
Not sure why, but we said echinoderm.
We said echinoderm as well, just thinking that the spikes on a sea urchin might be part of the skin features.
So the answer is echinoderm. Number 6, gooey ducks.
Gooey duck is a rather large and weirdly shaped clam, so we said mollusk.
I thought with the word ducts in there, it might go back to air again with the nematocyst, so we went with Cnidarian.
We stuck with we made up something and then we stuck to it.
Yeah, I lawyered my way into my own answer.
Gooey ducks are mollusks. Yeah, a gooey duck is a very phallic-looking clam. If you've never seen one, go look up a picture.
A phallus or a clam?
You haven't lived.
You haven't lived if you haven't seen a gooey duck.
Come to the aquarium, see my gooey duck.
The next in the series of Danielle Steele novels, Gooey Ducks.
In that dark corner of the aquarium.
Yeah, you have to go through the beaded doorway.
Number 7, sand dollars.
All right, here we were thinking about your hint about the radial symmetry, and we said echinoderm.
Same here. We thought about the symmetry part, and we went with echinoderm.
Yep, and the answer is echinoderm. So they've got that radial symmetry, a nice little circle, and then if you ever touched a sand dollar, it's kind of got a gritty feel. So that's that spiny skin coming into play. Number 8 was barnacle.
The boys here in the studio call me the barnacle of triviality because I just kind of latched on, but we also said echinoderm.
I probably fell in a trap here because I thought these things had shells, and I went with mollusk. We went with mollusk on it.
So this one was a little bit trickier. Barnacles are actually arthropods.
Ooh.
Barnacles kind of creep me out.
They sound pretty
barnacles
crazy.
freak me out too. They actually, in the animal kingdom, they have the largest ratio of penis length to body size.
Yeah, after Jeff.
Wow.
After Jeff, of course.
This aquarium, man.
Yeah, hot aquarium.
Okay, number 9 was nudibranch.
I don't know what this is, so I said mollusk.
We think we just landed on mollusk because we didn't have very many of them.
You landed right. Nudibranchs are mollusks.
All right.
And number 10 was the sea cucumber.
This one we think is a Cnidarian.
We didn't know. We thought maybe the skin of it was its best feature, so we went with echinoderm.
And echinoderm is correct.
Much like Neal, the skin is the best feature. All right, following the swing round, team Triv Lame. Not so lame. You guys are doing a good job. You added 35 to your score, bringing it to 95. And not far behind, we've got Kirkish Delight with 70.
All right, round 2. Our first question is in the category Mammalia. Excuse the pronunciation. Phascolarctos cinereus More inaccurately, the koala bear is not actually a bear at all. What infraclass or category of animals does the koala belong to?
We're locked in.
We are locked in as well. We thought it was marsupial.
Yeah, that's right, marsupial.
And the answer is marsupial.
Good start to round 2. I like a nice easy one for round 2.
Yep, strong start.
Question number 2 in round 2 is going to be a tri-bond, a movie tri-bond. I want you to name the movie that these 3 actors all played a role in. Matt Damon, Casey Affleck, and Jessica Chastain.
So we know the mislead. And then there's another mislead. No, there's not. I got it.
You got it? Okay.
Yep. We're locked in.
So we're down to Interstellar.
I like Interstellar better than Martian.
But I don't know if Casey Affleck was in that, was he?
But like a lot of people were in that, right? Because so you had Matthew McConaughey.
Was he the brother? Wait, was
Anne
he the brother?
Hathaway. Was he the brother that's like, you got to get
He might
off
have been
of
the
this
brother.
cornfield?
Yeah, he might have been the brother.
Is that what happened? Yeah. I think it's
All
Interstellar.
right, I'll go with that. I can go with that because she had a brother. He might have been the brother.
Yeah.
It was the brother, right?
Because the brother's like, he's dead. And she's like, he's talking to me through my watch. And then he's like, you're right. And then they all lived happily ever after.
And Saturn, or a moon.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Interstellar?
Yeah, we're going to
Okay.
go with Interstellar.
Yeah, so as you guys said, Matt Damon was that guy on that planet who's like, come here, psych. Jessica Chastain was the
Don't forget to
daughter, and Casey Affleck was like, F you, Dad. And it's Interstellar.
All right.
Nice, Annie.
We did it.
Nice.
The answer is Interstellar. Question number 3 in round 2 is in the category of video games.
Yay.
Development for the Pac-Man video game began in 1979. What kind of food was the design of Pac-Man inspired by?
I wrote something down, Ken agreed, and we're going to go with it, so we're locked in.
Well, we're down to the classics on this one, I think, of pizza and pie. We also were thinking about the country of origin and thinking, does he look like a sushi roll? But I don't think anybody eats their sushi with a pie piece taken out of it.
So should we just go for it and then be like, it was too obvious?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pizza.
All right. As the philosophers Olsen say, give me pizza.
Is pizza. Question number 4 in physical geography. I want you to name this kind of body of water, defined as a partially enclosed body of brackish water with one or more rivers/streams flowing into it.
Well, this is just a weekend of coincidence because we just had this come up as well, so we're locked in.
What's the difference between a lagoon and a swamp?
A swamp doesn't necessarily have to have rivers and stuff flowing into it, I don't think.
Lagoons, I
like
believe,
more like
don't
a
have any
lake.
ogres living in them. I think
Yeah.
that's the...
Famously, lagoons are not known for their ogres. I'm trying to think of what that what the term is if we haven't already thought of it. I'm trying to think of what that is for the dirty inlet stuff. the dirty inlet.
Dirty inlet.
The next Danielle Steele novel. We could try Delta.
You like
See, a
Delta better than
lagoon I don't
lagoon?
think necessarily has to have anything flowing into it.
Okay.
Oh man, this is getting me. Ethan, we're gonna go with Delta, I think.
Okay, last episode I managed to retain information for up to 12 hours, and this time I'm managing to retain information for 36 hours, I think, because we're saying estuary?
Mm-hmm.
The correct answer is estuary.
My record for retention is growing.
It is, yeah.
Right, question number 5 is in natural disasters. If you were to observe sloughing, rollers, and persistent weak layers, what natural disaster might you be experiencing?
Okay, we are locked in.
Is this avalanche, Annie?
I'm wondering if it's an avalanche. Yeah,
I think it's
like with the
avalanche.
weak, and then
And
the
the-
rollers with the
And the snow sloughs off.
yeah.
Yeah, we're
So-
gonna go with avalanche.
Yes, the team of Patrick Waugh, the Avalanche.
The answer is avalanche.
Hey, why don't you guys let us get a little daylight in here?
Never.
Quit getting everything right.
Leave the barn doors open.
Darn it. He's right. Close the barnacle, Annie.
Oh, but we said we never would.
Oh, that's true. We made a promise. We were committed.
All right, and after 5 questions in round 2, Kirkish Delight brings their score up by 40 to 110. And batting 5 for 5 in that half, Triv Lame with a score of 145.
Right, moving on to question 6 in the category of poops. I've had some weird ones, but nothing like this. What animals poop in the shape of cubes?
We're locked in.
Again.
The only reason
this came up too.
It only came up because one of us brought it up.
Yeah,
I know. I brought it up.
It wasn't a question. Yeah, we just brought it up because we were talking
we like
about
to bring it up.
We like our poops to be square.
All right, it's the wombat.
Yep, we said wombat.
The answer is wombats.
I think that's one of the all-time best trivia animal questions. It's just
Yeah.
so great.
Yeah.
Even better is the Huey Lewis in the News
I was just gonna say this, no joke.
cover of
It's poop to be square.
It's poop to be square.
Great minds, Neil.
No.
Yeah, someone whoever does those like albums like Kids Bop or something, or maybe not Kids Bop because they kind of ruin some songs, but someone just please do a cover in the style of Huey Lewis in the News. Poop to be square and send it in.
Please don't.
Question number 7. Category of manga. Stretching over 98 volumes to date and over 480 million copies sold, what manga is the best-selling manga of all time?
Yeah, locked in. Did you do this for me?
Why is this all in your all's wheelhouse?
Did you do this just for me?
I think I know it too, which is kind of crazy, but I'm good. I'm good over here.
Do you think it's Dragon
Ken, you're
Ball
not the
Z?
only one who likes manga and
No.
cube-shaped poop.
No? Is
But
that not
this-
a manga?
But this particular manga,
That's true.
and you know the one now.
I've known the whole time.
Okay.
There's also Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan, okay.
But I kind of go with Full Metal Alchemist. Like that seems like it's been around for a while. There's also Cowboy Bebop, but I guess that's also, I only know that through anime. I don't know the written page of any of these very well at all.
Yeah. Oh, what about that the girls who Sailor Moon? Is that a
Sailor
manga?
Moon. It probably is, yeah.
That's pretty big. What about Hello
Cartoon
Kitty? That's
has
not a
the
manga.
boom, as I've been told.
I guess, is
I
it
don't
manga
know.
though?
I don't.
Oh man.
I mean, I don't.
Annie, I don't know.
It's all manga. I'm just going to tell you right now, almost everything that you said is manga.
Even Bebop?
Bebop
manga?
was made into a manga concurrently, but it's
No way.
original. The show is original.
Yeah, I know the show definitely was original content, but
The manga is just extra on the side.
oh, cool.
But there's only like 2 volumes. It's not anything.
I'll defer to you.
To me, well,
Yeah.
what do you think's bigger than if they're all manga? Do
I
you
don't
think Dragon
know.
Ball Z or do you
Between-
think
well-
Sailor Moon's bigger? I think Sailor Moon was quite the sensation for a while.
Well, out of all the ones we named, I think I'd go between Sailor Moon and Full Metal Alchemist, and I don't know. I don't have a sense of which one's bigger because I agree. Sailor Moon is huge. People still do cosplays. I don't know if it still is probably produced. Full Metal Alchemist, I think, is still
Yeah.
going on too,
Mhm.
right? It's a little bit more on the serious side, right?
Yeah, I think Sailor Moon was more big.
You think
and
it's been around
mainstream,
longer?
And I think it's been around longer. So,
All right, let's go
but
with
I could
that.
be wrong. I
Okay.
don't know. But we're gonna go with Sailor Moon.
Full Metal Alchemist, a fine manga, which is now ended, but 20 or low 30s in the volume range. This is my favorite piece of fiction of all time, though. One Piece.
The answer is indeed One Piece. So the clue there being stretching over 98 volumes. Monkey D. Luffy, the main character, he's got a body like rubber.
Yep.
Never
You
heard.
can't read 95 manga volumes without answering that question right. And only 95, not 98, because they're not out in the United States yet.
Yeah, so in this round, you're starting to see kind of what my wheelhouse is a little bit more. Question number 8 in the category Celebrity Politics. Arnold Schwarzenegger was the governor of California from 2003 to 2007. However, he was not the only movie star to hold a political position in California. This movie star was the mayor of his hometown of Carmel in 1986. Being that Carmel is a wealthy town, he was probably able to raise a few more dollars than his opponents.
We can lock in over here.
What was the last thing you said? It was a rich town that raised a few more dollars?
Being that Carmel is a wealthy town, he was probably able to raise a few more dollars than his opponent.
You think it's Clint Eastwood?
Oh.
A few dollars more?
Oh, there you go.
Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about this one. Neal knew it right away. I said, who is it? And he just kind of squinted at me, and I knew who he was talking about.
Yeah, we went Clint Eastwood.
Yep, the clue there was a little more obvious. It is indeed Clint Eastwood. And among his achievements during his time as governor, he made it legal to consume ice cream on city streets.
Hell yeah, but illegal to be on his lawn.
Yeah, right.
Carmel was a old, rich, white town for a long time, and they outlawed people eating ice cream on the streets for a long time.
You can't eat ice cream in a town called Carmel? Give me a break.
Nice.
Yeah, where's the documentary for that? Like the true crime of him, like on audio tape someone happened to get
You're
on a
getting
wiretap.
5 to 10.
You tell me they can't have Neapolitan.
Is that fudge on your lips?
Go ahead.
You got one more?
Go ahead. Fill my cone.
I dare you, punk.
I know what you're thinking. Did I give you 5 scoops or 6?
Do you feel rocky?
Oh boy. Moving on to question number 9 in the category kind of anatomy. What is the first name of the common female CPR dummy? It would be criminal to not know this.
I think I got his clue. You put really good clues in here, Ethan.
Well, David circled something. It looks like alibi, which makes perfect sense. It's a nice female name. You need it when you commit a crime. What did you actually write down?
Annie, are you okay?
No. Oh God.
Wouldn't it be a pretty smooth
criminal?
to
Yeah.
be? Yeah. I think we're gonna go with Annie.
Yeah, we want Annie.
You okay?
It's a perfect impression.
Neal, are you okay?
I don't know what you're laughing
You
at.
okay, Neal?
I think we're all okay because the answer is Annie or Anne.
That's such a great alien ant farm impression, Neal.
That's actually the Annie doll. It's when you compress. That's the noise she makes, and that's where you got the sound from.
Shimon.
That's the song you're supposed to sing, right? While you give CPR.
That's right. Yeah.
So it's a very fast beat.
I think now you're supposed to do it to the fire and the flames.
All 6 people who liked that joke really liked that joke.
Yeah, if you haven't read up on the story of the CPR dummy and how that face came to be, definitely go look that up. I'm not going to get super into details, but it's pretty creepy and weird.
Yeah, it's like a woman died, right? And to bring her back in a way, they did a death mask of her, and that's the dummy, right? That's the short story. Yeah.
Oh wow.
And our last question in round 2 in the category of K-pop. In K-pop, the big 3 are the 3 companies that dominate the industry. They are SM, JYP, and YG. Recently, it has expanded to the big 4 with the label that hosts BTS joining their ranks. What is the commonly known name of this label?
Yep, no idea. We're going to say Blackpink.
I don't know. What do those stand for something?
I'm sure they do. But I think you could just say some letters or like say Korean label music.
KLM.
KLM.
Okay. KLM.
Right, and the answer I was looking for is Big Hit Entertainment. Although because K-pop labels love their acronyms, they recently announced that they are rebranding their company to HYBE.
Well, how many points do we have to throw away here, Jeff? That's what I want to know, because we have a tendency to lose in the final round, me and Ken.
Well, all right. If you wanted to, you could throw away up to 150 points, Neil, because your team currently has 185. Kirkish Delight, not too far behind. I mean, the final is pretty much what decides every single game. So 140 points for them is more than doable to topple you.
All right, so the final round. What do you have for us today?
All right. Your categories for our final round are going to be Nirvana, Actually Nirvana, Even Flow, Stone Temple Pilots, and Soundgarden.
See, these all sound good to me, but I feel like that's a trap.
All right, the wagers are locked in. Looks like Triv, Lame going all the way in, and Kirkish Delight, 20's all the way down. So what are the questions?
Question number 1 in the category of Nirvana. Most commonly referred to in Buddhism, Jainism, and Hindu, Nirvana acts as an end to the cycle of rebirth. What is this cycle of rebirth known as? Question number 2 in the category Actually Nirvana. Kurt Cobain came to grunge fame with the band Nirvana. I want you to name the 2 other members of Nirvana. Question number 3 in the category of Even Flow. In 1992, the Ever Laurel departed from Hong Kong. En route to Tacoma, Washington, 12 containers fell overboard. Some of the items in the containers eventually floated all the way to Japan, Alaska, and Maine, just to name a few places. I want you to name one of the 4 types of items that fell overboard. Question number 4 in the category of Stone Temple Pilots. Standing almost 2.5 times taller than Everest, where in the solar system is the largest volcano located? And question number 5 in the category of Soundgarden. During the 1600s, what flower became more valuable than gold for a period of time in a particular European country?
Okay, we will consider these questions and be right back with our answers.
All the answers are now locked in. So let's get the questions one more time. I'm feeling okay.
All right, question number 1 was in the category of Nirvana. So, most commonly referred to in Buddhism, Jainism, and Hindu, Nirvana acts as an end to the cycle of rebirth. What is the cycle of rebirth called?
All right, we think for 30 points, it says as simple as reincarnation.
Yep. We at first I thought it might be a karma, but Annie reminded me that those are the points you score in the celestial game of life. So we went with reincarnation.
Right. The answer I was looking for was samsara. Since you both answered reincarnation, I would be down to give points for that too, or just score that as a 0 for both.
You could give us their points.
It's only karma.
Yeah, you get some good karma points for that.
Right, on to the good stuff. Question number 2, actually Nirvana. Kurt Cobain came to grunge fame with the band Nirvana. Name the other 2 members of Nirvana.
All right, that would be future Foo Fighters frontman Dave Grohl and Chris Novoselic.
These kinds of questions always get us because we just do not memorize band people names. We knew Dave Grohl, and we had no idea, and we were trying to think of a good Seattle last name and couldn't come up with anything good enough, like whatever you just said, Novoselic or whatever it is. So we just said Smith.
All right, and the other 2 members of Nirvana, there's the obvious one with Dave Grohl, and the 3rd member of Nirvana is Chris Novoselic. Question number 3, in the category Even Flow. In 1992, the Ever Laurel departed from Hong Kong. En route to Tacoma, Washington, 12 containers fell overboard. Some of these items in the containers eventually floated all the way to Japan, Alaska, and Maine, just to name a few places. I want you to name one of the 4 types of items that fell overboard.
All right, we got kind of a funny answer for this one, but I swear it's a thing where a bunch of Garfield telephones were washing up on a beach somewhere. So we said Garfield phones.
Oh boy. This reminded me of all the stories where human feet and shoes keep washing up on shore in places in the Pacific Northwest, and they can't figure out. Well, I don't know if they can't. If they
have
this
it
came
caught.
from.
They have it
Yeah, if
caught.
they can't figure it out, then this is wrong completely. But I think we decided to go with shoes on this one.
All right. And in 1992, over 28,000 of these items fell overboard. And these items were boy frogs, turtles, beavers, and Ernie's favorite, rubber duckies.
What's wrong with the beaches I'm going to? They're just constantly covered in feet and shoes.
Rubber ducky, you're the one.
Of
You make
28,000.
environmental disasters lots of fun.
Question number 4, in category Stone Temple Pilots. Standing almost 2.5 times taller than Everest, where in the solar system is the largest volcano located?
We're pretty sure this is, I think it's called Olympus Mons on Mars.
And we said Mars.
Yep, the volcano is Olympus Mons, and the planet is Mars.
I want to go to Mars.
And the last question in the category of Sound Garden. During the 1600s, what flower became more valuable than gold for a period of time in a particular European country?
All right, so first I was like, orchids are pretty nice. Maybe it's orchids. And then Neil said, what about the poppy because of the drug trade? And then we kind of zeroed in on you saying a particular European country, and the country that's known most for flowers is the Netherlands for tulips.
Yeah, we pretty quickly went to the Netherlands, knowing all those beautiful fields of tulips there, so we went with tulips.
And the answer is indeed tulips. Yeah, at one point in the Netherlands, tulips were invested in. A lot of folks selling off their farms and their land and their crops to invest in tulips. And eventually the market crashed on tulips, leaving a lot of people in the Netherlands broke.
Tulips, the Bitcoin of the 1600s.
That was a pretty crazy final round. I'm glad I knew some of them. Jeff, what are our final scores?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Neil. I tabulated the scores, and it turns out...
So he should be correct.
Should be. I'm okay at math. I'm no Matt, but we'll give it a go. So the final scores for today with 160 points, Kirkish Delight. But today's cream of the crop, 275 points, Triv Lame Lame.
I am the cream of the crop, and don't forget it, Dutch boy.
Well done, guys.
Good game, guys.
No, very good game to you. I think the real winners are the listeners and whoever is going to trademark and create Kirkish Delight.
I've got my lawyers on the phone right now.
Yeah, apologies to William Shatner. We're sorry, that we won.
We're sorry.
No, you shouldn't be sorry. You shouldn't be sorry. I mean, it's a brilliant name. David and Annie, you have a wonderful show, as we mentioned at the top of the show. Can you please tell people where they can find it? Anything else you're up to? Any shout outs? Anything you'd like to say? Full apologies to William Shatner. We can stay here for a few hours if need be and transcribe it. But whatever you want to say, feel free.
Yes, first and foremost, we want to apologize to William Shatner.
And to thank you guys for having us on.
Yes, thank you. This was a blast, and we love your show, so it's an honor to be here.
That's right.
Yeah, you can find our podcast, Quiz Bang Bang, anywhere you find podcasts or social media.
Find that social
the
media
internet.
first.
Because we want to spend time talking about something that is coming up. It's coming up on May 21st, and it goes into May 22nd, because what we're doing is a 24-hour trivia-thon for UNICEF. UNICEF is distributing 2 billion vaccine doses over 92 countries, and we're doing this fundraiser because if you raise $150, that's 3,000 syringes. So we just think it's a really great cause. And not only do we think it's a really great cause, lots of people do, including Triviality. So we will have a Twitch channel going, and every 45 minutes there'll be a new host. So Triviality will host one. Our good friend Jason from Liquid Courage, he's going to host one. Trivia Time Podcast, TV Trivia Pod, Sporkle. I mean,
some international guys, because we're not going to ask Triviality to stay up till 3 a.m. to host one of these.
Yeah, so no one will be up at 4 a.m. doing this. We have some people from New Zealand doing it. We have people from Britain doing it. I'm not going to list everyone because there's 24. And it's just going to be a ton of fun. All we ask is that you make a donation to UNICEF. Let us know that you donated in chat or email or however you want to, so we can, I don't know, track it and pat ourselves on the back. Maybe we can find some matching donors, and so that always helps with that. And yeah, so we're super excited. We're super excited with everyone who's involved, especially you guys. Not especially, because that makes you sound like
everybody
we're
else,
equally
right?
excited about all 23 groups that are involved. It's like the Wizard of Oz when she goes to the Scarecrow.
Yeah,
I'll
miss you most of all. Tin Man's like, WTF, mate.
Anything? I mean, I think that's it. We'll make a we'll make it on an event on Facebook and other ways, so that way everyone who's involved can post it on their social media, so you can easily find it. And if you're by yourself and you want to be added to a team, just shoot us a message, and we're going to try to help people form teams, especially international teams, so that people who want to try to do all 24 hours without losing sleep can do so.
Yeah. Awesome. And we'll be sure to keep mentioning this over the next month or so, and make sure we put the links in all the notes up until then too. So
awesome. We'll
make sure we get a lot of donors.
Yeah, we're excited, and thank you for including us. As we said, check out their show. It's awesome. You can hear Matt and myself lose, spoiler alert, but it's a good episode. But thank you so much for joining us, both of you. And Ethan, wonderful game. The questions were great. Some of them I didn't know, but now I have things to go into the wilderness and learn when I'm with my own thoughts. Any shout-outs or final words from you?
When I was writing this game, that's all I wanted was hopefully Neal has some thoughts to go out into the wilderness with. Just want to give a big shout out to my girlfriend Laura and our usual group of trivia folks that we play with every couple weeks for helping me write and play test this. And thank you all for having me on the show. Thank you, David and Annie, for participating today. This is and just one last thing, this is a tough time for the houseless community, especially here in Seattle. There have been a lot of sweeps in the parks around here. So if you can, find out where your local mutual aid funds are located. And if you can, donate supplies, donate funds, whatever you can to help out that community. And last but not least, go stream 3 a.m. by Matchbox 20 on Spotify.
Well said. Well said. Well, thank you very much, Ethan. Thank you very much, David and Annie. Matt, we just got a text from you that said you were no longer at the 30 Days of Night convention. You're actually upgraded to the 40 Days and 40 Nights convention. So have fun. For Matt,
same
David.
hairdo though.
Same hairdo, yeah. Thank you to David, Annie, Ethan, Matt, Jeff, Ken, and myself. My name is Neal, and that was Triviality. It's a familiar place for us, so we'll see if it pays off, which it often does not.
All right.
Sorry.
I will use it for the end clip if you don't knock it off.